Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Striffium, and welcome back to another Misfits Racing League highlights video. This time around, we are visiting Shanghai International Circuit. It is, of course, round number 4. It is the Chinese Grand Prix Tier 1 racing action. We hope you enjoy these highlights. It's going to be, of course, Fraser on pole, Luktra in second, Yoda rounding off your top 3 with King in 4th, Jean in 5th, Zamis in 6th, Aphrodite in 7th with Custom in 8th, Alex Bitto behind him in 9th, and Remco Van Putten rounding off your top 10 racers here ahead of round 4.
In just a few moments, it's going to wait for the lights to come on. 3, 4, 5 red lights ahead of the drivers. Here at the Shanghai International Circuit, we wait for those lights, for the drivers to move, and they are away. It's lights out and away we go. Looks like Fraser and Lutra both getting a pretty decent start here. No major shuffle of positions coming into turn 1. Actually, as I say that, Yoda looking around the outside of turns 1 and 2 on the racing point. S-King following close behind them. Zamis behind them as well, just looking a bit further down the grid. There's still like so much side-by-side action going through this first sequence of corners, but that's Yoda making the move on Lutra. They're still side-by-side heading through turn 5, turn 6. There's a yellow flag. So on the Ferrari's off. That's Alex Bitto. So Alex Bitto has had a horrible start to this race. He's now down in 20th position. Yoda in that second place, Zamis in 5th, Aphrodite in 6th, Jean in 7th, Rackety 8th, Falcon in 9th, and Remco Van Putten in rounding off that top 10. Looks like BTFU has also had a pretty poor start, but a driver who has had a great start this race has been Freeware, now up in 12th position for the AlphaTauri.
Alex Bitto there with a major portion of that front wing missing. I believe it's the front left on the Ferrari, so he's definitely going to have to come in for a change. Eager to see what kind of tires he goes on. I can only imagine he jumps onto some hards here to see what kind of position he can get himself into. That was an absolutely wild start here. Now it's Luktra on the rear of the McLaren. Yoda coming down that sector 3 straight. They're wheel to wheel coming down into the hairpin. He's just out in front of the McLaren. Yoda looking for a switchback coming out of the hairpin. Fraser getting away in first in the Mercedes right now. And Luktra with a very, very good move there.
Turn 14. They're wheel to wheel on the exit. Let's see who can get the better traction, as Lutra is now catching up to our race leader as well, as he sets the fastest lap of the race so far. But Chenjay with that overtake mode on, Custom squeezing him all the way to the left-hand side. There's just a cars within it. Can Chenjay hold it around the outside? He has to make sure that he doesn't take Custom out as they're wheel-to-wheel coming up through the snail section. Chenjay asking a bit too much from his hard compound tires at this stage of the race, as Custom will hold on to that move for now. It looks like Chenjay's gotten a pretty decent exit out of that turn 4. Down the inside, heading into turn 6 is the AlphaTauri. Can he make that move stick? He really needs to if he wants to have any chance of catching up to his teammate, and it looks like he's not able to do it. They're still side by side, these two, heading through the S-Strip, and this is unbelievable.
This is a serious battle we're seeing unfold here, and it's the softs versus the hard. You know Shenjay's got the pace, but of course Custom having that quicker tire right now, he's equal with Shenjay in that AlphaTauri, and he is giving Shenjay a serious problem at the moment.
This grid, but it is still CFR Fraser in that Mercedes leading this race. Only 6/10 in it.
Swifty, Fubar, wheel to wheel into turn 1. How's this gonna go? It's Swifty round the outside. What kind of traction does he have in those mediums versus Fubar? We saw Fubar lose it coming through that final turn there a little bit. And Swifty has Hyper up his gearbox right now with BTFU on the hards in that mix. And there's trains all over this grid right now, and you love to see it, Mikhail. Brainstew in 8th, hunting down Rackety for 7th.
Only our top 2 of Zamis and Fraser staying out another lap. So all these drivers in the pits hoping to get a serious undercut.
Swifty and Hyper now in this fight for the final points position as they're fighting for 10th. Swifty and Hyper wheel to wheel through that first section. And they're looking to catch up with Fubar as a result. Right now it's Hyper falling off the Red Bull into this turn. Who's it going to be? Swifty has that inside line. He has such good cornering ability, but Hyper around the outside. Who has the better exit? And that is BTFU behind them on the hards watching this battle unfold. And I'm sure it's a great view from that Renault.
Looks like Fraser's going to try and make a move heading into turn 6. He used that overtake. Nigel opens the door for the Mercedes. They're wheel to wheel as they make their way out of turn 6, heading into turn 7. Fraser using a bit of overtake. The Mercedes has his nose ahead, but he's lost the car slightly, it looks like. Oh no, he keeps it under control. Heading into turn 8, and that will be an amazing move from the Mercedes driver.
Yeah, and Yoda's in there to slip through as well. Into 10th
Oh, wow,
position,
Yoda.
Nigel gets absolutely mugged here on lap 9, and those hards are starting to definitely impact him versus these fresher rubber driving racers, as you have Yoda on those mediums and Fraser on the hards.
Right.
For those just tuning in, we have a weather forecast, and the rain is going to drop here in Shanghai. So these drivers on these hards medium compound tires are going to be looking to jump onto whether it be some intermediate or full wets. We don't know the level of rainfall we're going to have here in China. I hope it's heavy rain, because that would just make things extremely spicy. As Astrodate now on Hyper in this fight for the final points position, up the inside, down into the hairpin. What's it going to be? You see there, Hyper has a little bit of traffic in his way. That's Fraser holding the optimal line. And as a result, Astrodate going to get through, but it's Hyper with a fantastic load of traction on those tires, getting through on the Haas. And he has defended it for now, but it is another force of DRS coming through into turn 1. It's on the inside now, the Haas here. And he has made it into 10th position. Is Hyper going to be able to do anything about this?
Oh, Hyper sliding in the rear all over the place going up through turns 1 and 2, so I don't think he's going to be able to make that move stick.
As well, he's using that overtake. As soon as he gets in that DRS, you see that overtake comes off. Hyper with the DRS on Nigel as well, but it's not going to be enough for the Ferrari, but they're wheel-to-wheel coming down into the hairpin. Zamis clear out ahead. It is very late braking from the Ferrari. He locks up and he blocks Zamis. And who is that? That is Jean with a fantastic exit, and he is going to get ahead of both of them here.
It's 3 wide. It's 3 wide heading to the final corner. They all seem to survive. Hyper being the big loser out of that one. He will drop positions to both Jean and Zamis. Zamis looking up the inside of turn 1. Jean makes a massive mistake, goes wide, opens the door completely for the Red Bull. Is Zamis able to make that position stick? And he does. So that is Zamis now up into P12, chasing down Nigel.
Flying through into a wall there, and I thought it was going to be game over, but it was, of course, that runoff area exiting through.
First pit. Brainstew, our race leader, has pit for intermediate tires, so he feels that the rain is coming down heavy enough, or it's going to be coming down heavy enough within the next lap to try and get the undercut on these intermediate tires. So we're going to try and keep an eye on how much grip that Mercedes has. I honestly don't know if it's raining quite.
It's not a lot, Mikhail. It's not a lot, as Swifty just showed him where the grip is on those medium compound tires.
Well, both Red Bulls and Sean as well. So 3 cars all getting past the Mercedes as soon as he came out of the pits on those intermediate tires, and now he's under attack from Remco Van Poon and Nigel as well.
Brainstew. This could pay off for him down the line, but those tires are going to be so hot, and he is just dropping like a stone through this grid. And we said that any kind of major mistake could cost you a ton of positions. Well, these intermediates are costing Brainstew heavily here. Intermediate compound tires to the end. He wants to try and get as many positions as possible, and Lutra is currently less than half a second behind King in this fight for 5th down into the hairpin. So this is a huge, huge turn of events. The race leader has now pit onto fresh intermediate compound tires. Yoda is in lead of this race on the final lap. Falcon has now retired, and he's just outside of, where is that? That is Yoda coming through Sector 1. And where can we see Falcon?
The slight tap, Chenjay has now gotten past from Fraser, so if Chenjay could have extended maybe one more lap than pit on the intermediate tires, that would have been enough. Of course, letting his teammate by, who I'm lost for words.
This finale is something else, McCown. We love to see confusion like this. Alex Bitto is in a fight between Jean right now. He came in for those fresh intermediates. He's looking for 8th position right now, coming out of turns 1 through 4. What's it going to be? Is that the Ferrari out in front? Oh, is it? It is so close.
I'm watching this timing tower. Yoda on this wet track. He's losing time rapidly. That Mercedes is ever catching, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final lap of the race, and looking on board with Fraser, he can see that McLaren stranded there.
Oh no, no, Yoda. He is hung out to dry, literally on the dry compound tires. Mikhail, these intermediates are going to carry Fraser ahead of the McLaren here. Look at the gap ticking down. We're on the final lap of this race. We're in Shanghai on the Sector 3 straight. Yoda going the McLaren. He can't do it. He doesn't have enough speed. The overtake is in full swing. What's it going to be down to the hairpin? How is Yoda going to hold it? Oh, here we go. There is the dive. This is so intense.
bit of a wheel tab there. Freeware is right behind them as well. They're wheel to wheel heading towards the final corner, but there is absolutely no grip left in those dry tires. Frazier making the move before the final corner. He goes a little bit wide there.
Freeware's gonna get Yoda! Freeware's gonna get Yoda!
Yoda wins the race!
Oh man, what a finish it was from the McLaren, and we have a multitude of position changes. Luktra gets into the podium on penalties. Freeware jumps into 5th as Shenjie on the soft compound tire. He comes home in 4th, and what a finish to this race. Holy cow. Holy, round 4 MRL action, ladies and gentlemen. What a finish it is. Of course, King in 6th. Zamis coming home with points. We thought it was a big mistake for him to jump onto those intermediates. Look at the rain. Look at the water on the circuit right now, Mikhail. This has been a spectacular finale. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the racing action, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and consider subscribing for more great racing. Of course, you can check us out on Twitch. Every Thursday we have Racing Then, and we're going to have a lot more coming to you soon. Twitter, where you can find all of our updates, and Discord if you're interested in becoming a part of the Misfits community. Thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.